7 years ago, this Saturday, I became what is called the cussing pastor. That Friday night, prior to Saturday morning, I had raised on my show just about $7,000 for Lorenzen Wright's mother. That Saturday morning in my office in Raleigh, I went out on a tangent on some things, including the fact that she was not answering my calls that Saturday morning. My tangent went on for about 2 hours. And then there was a 3-minute session where I was cussing. Someone, I've never found out who, took the 3 minutes and made it go super viral. By Monday morning, 4 million people had viewed it. And they stopped calling me the cussing pastor. So it was not a name that I came up with. It was not a name that I was looking for. But to have 4 million views of me cussing went to my head. $4 million. I thought it was cute. I never found the word shit, goddamn, motherfucker. I never found them as bad words. I found them to be unfavorable in certain situations. That moniker or name or character took me on national talk shows. Everybody wanted to talk from one coast to the other. Everybody with a blog, everybody with a program wanted to talk to the cussing pastor. It brought me a little wealth. But my ego played a lot in me becoming to close the cussing pastor. As I sit here in my room here at the care home in my rehabilitation and I just came out. My torturers, as I call them, Tia, Gina, and William, have really worked out on me, and I'm grateful for them, because many here don't get therapy every day. I get therapy every day but one day. But early this morning, the chaplain was in here, and I spoke with her this morning because yesterday, Christmas, was a day of depression, loneliness, and a day I became aware of therapy. Therapy means to renew something that was, like my legs. But it also reminds me that Thaddeus, the cussing pastor, as your moniker, as your character, it's time to close the door on that. Because even though the cussing pastor brought you wins, it also brought you lose L's, as the young folk call it. I've lost my wife over being the cussing pastor. My ministry, the church, would have been bigger if people had been able to different themselves from me being Thaddeus Matthews, the cussing pastor, to just so Pastor Raw, or whatever you want to call me. So at this point, I will be known as Thaddeus Matthews, formerly known as the cussing pastor. I sit here at 20 minutes to 3 on this date, 26th day of December. A humble man. Being in one of these facilities will make you humble. when you can't even shit without someone else wiping your ass, that's humbling. When you want to pee and you can't find the urinal, now you got to ring the bell for the nurse to come in and reach you the urinal so that you can pee. That's humbling. There have been some things that I have said that I have asked God to forgive me of. Now, I won't be able to give up cussing at all of one time. You know, it's a 6 or 7 year habit that needs to be broken. I've asked the Lord to bridle my tongue. Don't let that horse get out of the stable. My friends, this situation has broken me down and made me understand that it's God that orders my steps. In the session that I just left in therapy, when you have to get someone to help you stand, you can't walk. You can't put one foot before the other. That's humbling. But I have been assured by God Almighty that He ain't through with me. That He gave me these platforms and gave me this name and gave me notoriety and personality. Just to speak about issues. So don't count me dead. Don't think that you're going to replace me. Do you? You can't do me. You know, I owe apologies to a lot of people. You know, it's funny. People, I'm coming to see you Christmas. Didn't come. I'm going to call you Christmas. Didn't call. I was so glad that Mel came and brought me a good plate of food yesterday and is handling my business while I'm in here, and that is closing down that house is not there. The money ain't there anymore to do all that. Plus, it's too much house. It is my goal that on the 27th of January, I'm going back on the air with the Thaddeus Matthews show. From right here in my sick bed, I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to start off with 5 days a week, just 2. But my brothers and sisters, as I do these shows, as I do these lives, please understand that I have allowed God to come back into my life, that I care no more about being a cussing pastor. I'm just caring about being able to be used by God and my platforms to bring people to Him and to tell people of the goodness of God. And I'm understanding now that there's some things that you can't talk about that you don't know about it. I've been broken down to the lowest denominator. I've had some depressive days, some days that I want to give up. I've had some days where I didn't want to live no more. But there was a voice in the back of my head that said, stand up. Your death is only going to satisfy some folk. Don't give your haters the pleasure of thinking you're not coming on there, back on there. I'm coming. Issues, I'm going to talk about it. Politicians that are corrupt, I'm going to continuous talk about it. But I ask that you pray for me. And I didn't do live on this because I didn't want the distractions. And I didn't want to allow the comments that were negative to feed into me and me to go off on a tangent. This way, you make comments and know that if you got something real negative to say about me, I am going to block you forever. I need a shave as I look in this thing. But understand, this is a new and approved God, Thaddeus brother, whose God is my therapist. My brothers and sisters, please continue to keep me in your prayers. Pretty please. Okay. I was looking what was on this dinner tray. Lunch tray. You may have been a person that called me every day before I got sick, and now you don't call me. It's all right. You may have said that I'm coming to see you. It's okay. You may have been a person that said, I'm going to put something in your Cash App, and you haven't. It's okay. Because I am going to rise again. Yeah. I've been through some dark nights, some stormy days. I've seen folk that I thought were with me turn against me. But it's all right. My brothers and sisters, keep me in your prayers. A lot of things being the cussing pastor destroyed in my life that I should not have done it. Being the cussing pastor, my ego and all of that destroyed my marriage. And if anybody, I owe an apology to her. No woman is always going to do what you want you to do. But all of this that she's doing for me right now, ain't no other woman that did it. So, let me get off of this and eat this little lunch. I'm Thaddeus Matthews, formerly known as a cussing pastor. You enjoy the rest of your day.